Hello friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Exciting news, y'all. I am going to introduce you to the brand new shrubs from Proven Winners ColorChoice Shrubs. These are the new shrubs for 2026. They are so new that they are not even on Proven Winners website, yes. But guess who has them? That is right. A Creekside Nursery at gardeningwithcreekside.com has all of these available right now. And in fact, we've lost our minds so much that not only are they available, but they're on sale. 35% off all shrubs now through December the 30th. We are going out with a bang in 2025. So all the online shrubs are on sale 35% off, and then all tools and supplies are 20% off. So what we're going to talk about today are the new introductions from Proven Winners ColorChoice Shrubs for 2026. That is right, my friends. So get comfy. I will have all of these plants linked in the video description. If you are interested, I will tell you that the number of shrubs are very limited because, as with any new introduction, there is not a huge, massive supply. And you're probably not going to be able to see these in your local garden center. I would not even say this spring. Of course, shrubs take a little bit longer to hit the market. So if you're interested in these, I would say don't delay, head on over, go ahead and reserve them. These are pre-orders. We are not going to ship them to you until the spring when it is appropriate for your growing zone. Y'all, we have got 38 shrubs that we are going to go through today. So I am hitting the highlights, okay? We're going to give you the names, the specs, and we're going to give you a picture. If you want more information about this, go click on the link. It will take you to our website where you can get more information. But because there are 38, you know I get a little long-winded with shrubs and plants when I get super excited about them. So I am going to try to move with purpose through these, okay? So are you ready? This is going to be like a sprint of going through these shrubs. Super excited. And there's something for everybody, whether you're in a cold zone or you're in a hot zone, whether you want native, you need deer proof, you want, you name it, we have got it for you. Evergreen, fragrant, coming right at you, my friends. All right, here we go. We're just going in the order that they appear in the catalog. First of all, we have an Abelia. This is Pink Pinata, and Pink Pinata is a deer proof shrub. So Proven Winners has added that to their deer proof line. It is a nice compact shrub that is evergreen. This would be a great boxwood replacement if you've had issues with your boxproof. Your boxproof. Your boxwoods, because it is deer proof. Now, Pink Pinata is hardy in zones 6 to 10. It will be 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. This is going to be for full sun, part shade, beautiful pink flowers in the spring. Typically, Abelias bloom in the fall. This blooms in the spring. Nice darker pink flowers, compact habit, and beautiful, has dark green foliage and showy red bracts after the plant flowers. So if you are looking for a fantastic boxwood replacement that flowers in the spring, check out Pink Pinata Abelia. Next, we have a Japanese maple. Yes, we do, my friends. We have Uncommon Thread. Now, Uncommon Thread is going to be a fast-growing Japanese maple. It is not grafted, so it is on its own rootstock, which is wonderful. Makes the care of it really easy. It is going to be hardy in zones 5 to 9. It will be 10 to 15 feet tall, 10 to 12 wide, in full sun or part shade. And it has both beautiful colors in the spring and the fall. This has more of a prostrate habit to it, very upright, and has deeply cut fresh green leaves that have a little bit of orange in the spring and then red in the autumn. So beautiful, nice medium size. It's not going to be too big. It's not going to overtake your yard. So super excited about that Uncommon Thread Japanese maple. Next, we have a barberry. Of course, barberries are part of Proven Winner ColorChoice Shrubs, their deer-proof line. You have Sunjoy Plum Pillar. Now, Plum Pillar, like your other barberries, are going to be hardy in zones 4 to 9. It is going to be 3 to 4 feet tall, 2 to 3 wide, hence its pillar name. It is a full sun to get that beautiful, deep, deep plum color, and it has gorgeous architectural interest and season-long color. Of course, minimal effort on your barberries. Because like with the other Sunjoy barberries, it has reduced need to prune and space, and it saves time in your garden while not attracting the little deer to your garden. And then y'all are going to lose your minds over this plant. I'm just telling you right now. I lost my mind when we were at Spring Meadow at Leaderboard in July. Hold on to your britches, my friends, because I am introducing to you Pugster Sorbet. Yes, as its name suggests, this beautiful compact butterfly bush that we love with the Pugster series, sorbet. It has an ombre effect on the stem, on the flower. It is absolutely beautiful. So you have that showy silver foliage. Then the flowers are a clear purple towards the tip with white, and so they really change. So the older flowers are more of a white, and then they go up into that clear purple. Gorgeous, absolutely stunning. A lot of people are concerned about butterfly bushes because in certain areas of the country, they can be invasive. This is a sterile variety. It is part of the Proven Winner ColorChoice in Check series. So being very responsible. So this is not going to produce a ton of any babies because it is sterile. So if you have a problem with buddleias in your area being too happy and too prolific, check out Pugster Sorbet. As with your other butterfly bushes, it is hardy in zones 5 to 9, 2 to 3 feet tall. Of course, it needs full sun, and it is a continuous bloomer. I am very excited about the Pugster Sorbet. To go along with it, we've got 2 more butterfly bushes, my friends. We have the Pugster Pico Punch. Now, Pico Punch gets its name because it is a tiny little miniature butterfly bush. This is only going to be 1 to 2 feet tall, hence Pico, and then Punch because it has these electric, vibrant, intense pink blooms on it. The Pico Punch is going to be the smallest in the Pugster series, and it is hardy again in zones of 5 to 10 and full sun. So if you need something nice and petite that has massive color that will bring in your pollinators, check out Pico Punch. I have no doubt it is going to be very, very popular. Then we have one more butterfly bush. We have Darkest Night. And Darkest Night is what Proven Winners has been working on for years and years as far as the improved version of Dark Night, which is another butterfly bush. This new selection has darker flowers, much more refined plant habit. It is the blackest buddleia that is out there. It is such a dark, intense purple. It is the darkest one out there. It will be 4 to 6 feet tall, 3 to 5 wide. Again, hardy in zones 5 and 10 and needs the full sun. Then we have, I am excited about this one. I'm excited about a lot of them, so you'll just go ahead and put that on your list if Jenny's excited about it. We have a new beautyberry. That's right. This is Bubble Up. And so Bubble Up has a very upright growth habit on it. It has pink flowers that then turn into those electric purple berries, hence its name Beauty Bush. Bubble Up is going to be hardy in zones 5 to 9. It will be 4 to 6 tall, 2 to 3 wide, and for my folks in those colder areas, this Bubble Up is going to produce berries faster than any other beauty berry. So in the past, if you've had problems that your weather has turned and it's gotten too cold for the beauty berries to put out those beautiful berries, try Bubble Up because, like I said, it is the earliest berry forming beauty berry on the market. Very, very excited about this. Of course, you do need that full sun. Get those beautiful flowers in the spring that then turn into the berries. It blooms on new growth, so you can cut it really heavily each spring to encourage that new growth. So check out Bubble Up. That also is part of the Deer Proof line, may I add. Next, for my warm zone people, talking about those folks in zones 7B to 10, we have got 2 new camellias. We have the warm-hearted. So we have warm-hearted pink and we have warm-hearted ruby. And so these are going to give us absolutely gorgeous, beautiful Sasanqua type flowers in the fall. So this is a Sasanqua hybrid. It is a great pollinator attractor. It was bred in Florida, so you know it is nice and toasty and can handle the heat and the humidity. And the warm-hearted pink, it flowered for 22 weeks. 22 weeks on a camellia. That is absolutely insane. And it blooms from top to bottom. Now, the warm-hearted pink is going to be 10 to 12 tall, 8 to 10 wide, and it's going to be in part sun. So that means in that 5 to 6 hours of sun, and of course your camellias are evergreen. So we have that beautiful clear pink with the warm-hearted pink, and then with the ruby you are going to get a nice, really rich, almost like a double flower on this one, a nice, really deep, rich pink on that. It will be a little bit taller at 14 to 16 tall and 8 to 10 wide. So nice, big. It is closer to a red color than a pink color. And then the warm-hearted ruby bloomed for 20 weeks. That is insane that camellias will bloom that long. Again, and these were bred in Florida, so they can handle the heat and humidity with no problem. So check out those camellias. Now, very excited about this because I love the parent plant, but I have a little issue with the parent plant. So I'm excited that Sugar Shack 2.0 is hitting the market. So I love Sugar Shack. It is a buttonbush. It is a native shrub. It is beautiful, gorgeous green leaves. But my problem with Sugar Shack is that it's getting too big. It loves its spot and it is too vigorous. Sugar Shack 2.0 is going to be the perfect plant for me in that spot because it is only 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. It is hardy in zones 4 to 10, so extremely versatile in our growing conditions and our growing zones. Sugar Shack button bushes are native, like I said, to North America. They love those damp conditions and they have the coolest flowers ever. It looks like something you see out under a microscope. White balls with these little spikes all over it, and then they turn to this like red ball. It is a very cool, very tight habit. You're going to love Sugar Shack 2.0. Moving on to the next one. Now this next one really intrigues me. I have never grown this plant before, but I am definitely going to try it. So what am I talking about? I am talking about Pinball Blizzard. This is a Mexican orange. It is hardy in those warmer zones 7 to 10, but if you're in a zones 3, 4, 5, 6, even a 7A, this makes a fantastic container plant. So don't dismiss it because it doesn't grow in your zone. You can absolutely grab this one and put it into a container, into your landscape during the growing season, move it to a sheltered area. Why are you wanting this plant in your garden? Well, let me tell you, there's a lot of reasons why you want this plant in your garden. First of all, it is going to be an evergreen. It is a fast grower. It has fragrant flowers and it grows like a buddleia, meaning that it wants to be in those drier conditions, no fuss over it. So it is a very compact habit, abundant flower display. Those beautiful fragrant white flowers, the dark green leaves are a gorgeous patio container or the garden plant. It is native to Texas, Arizona, and northern Mexico. And if that's not enough, y'all, it is the host plant for the swallowtail butterflies. That is right. So if you are trying to support the butterfly population, you need to grab this plant because, like I said, it will be the host plant for the swallowtail. It does like good drainage, so that's why it would do really well into a container if you're putting it into the landscape like I would do in my clay soil. Then I need to make sure that it is well draining. Plant it up a little high. Don't plant it too deep because during the winter you could lose it. Pinball Blizzard, super excited about this one. And then a clematis. Yes, we have a climbing vine, Moongate Mocha. Yes, look at these beautiful flowers, y'all. This is going to be hardy in zones 5 to 9, 10 to 15 tall, 10 feet wide, and yeah, 10 to 15 feet tall, 10 feet wide. It needs full sun to part shade. It blooms, of course, in the spring, and then you get that beautiful summer foliage. So this has dark chocolate colored foliage, satin pink flowers, prolific bloomer from late spring to early summer, and it is a fast grower. And another reason that we want to have this in our garden is because it is a type 1 clematis, meaning that it blooms on new growth. So every late winter, early spring, guess what you're going to do? You're going to cut it to the ground. Cut it to about like 2 inches. Just cut everything off. So even if you have 15 feet of foliage, I want you to cut it down to the ground because it is going to spring forth in the warmer seasons of spring and give you gorgeous foliage and gorgeous flowers. So don't be afraid when you hear 10 to 15 feet tall because you're going to prune it every single year and keep it nice and short and then let it grow and give you those gorgeous flowers. So Moongate Mocha clematis. Then we're going into a summer sweet, Ripple Effect. Ripple Effect is going to be give us tons of flowers for a long blooming time. It too, of course, is a native shrub. It is hardy in zones 4 to 10. It will be 3 to 5 feet tall and 3 to 4 feet wide. It needs full sun to part shade. It gives us summer flowers and beautiful fall foliage. If you're not familiar with summer sweet, they were real original when they came up with this name because it blooms in the summer and it smells so sweet. That's right, you get these spiky flower stalks on it, pure white, amazing fragrance to it. The bees and the pollinators go absolutely nuts over it. It has beautiful, nice dark green foliage, compact habit, and then it has a beautiful fall foliage color to it. So check out Ripple Effect. This clethra is going to be a great addition to your garden. Next we have Silverstone, and Silverstone is a cotoneaster. When I looked at these words, like it looks to me like cotton Easter. It's not. It's cotoneaster. So there we go. So this Silverstone is going to give you low-growing silver-leafed variety. It was actually developed from the University of Georgia, so we know that it's going to be fantastic with our heat and humidity. It's hardy though in zones 5 to 10, so even my folks in the cooler zones can grow this one. It will be 2 to 3 feet tall, 4 to 6 wide, so it will cover a large area. So that's wonderful in our garden, especially if you've got a big area you're looking to fill in. This is going to have gorgeous color and vigor compared to other ones, and it has white flowers and red fruit that contribute to the interest. Of course, though, it is that foliage that stands out first. It is going to be a durable, easy to grow landscape plant that contributes fall color all season long. This is also going to be fire blight resistant, and you can prune it to whatever shape you want. So it responds really well to being pruned. Next, we have the Dutsia, and we're going to go with an improved version. So we have Yuki Cherry Blossom 2.0. So this Dutsia is going to be hardy in zones 5 to 8, nice and petite, 1 to 2 feet tall, 2 to 3 feet wide. Full sun to part shade. Of course, you get these stunning, gorgeous spring flowers, and then you get the summer and the fall foliage. So when you get vivid pink flowers, they hold their color far better than the others, and it has a gorgeous dark burgundy purple foliage in the fall. Nice mounded habit, and it does not spread like the Yuki Cherry Blossom did. So it makes it much more useful and versatile in the garden. Diervillas, another native shrub. This is Kodiak Green, and Kodiak Green, you're really going to grow it for 2 different reasons. One, the gorgeous foliage and the color contrast on the foliage, and then 2, because of the beautiful flowers. Diervillas will do these gorgeous like yellow flowers on it. This is going to be hardy in zones 3 to 8, so hello, my cold zone people. I got a shrub for you in zones 3 to 8. 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. Your diervillas are deciduous. It is going to you need a full sun to part shade, and you get those summer flowers. But what makes Kodiak Green so fun is the color contrast. So the new growth is a very bright chartreuse green, where your older foliage is a nice dark rich green. So you've got these shades of green on this plant, and then of course that beautiful flowers in the summer with those bright yellows. So beautiful, nice, makes a hedge. If you're looking to, have some interest that's going to be not too big, not too fussy, check out Kodiak Green diervilla. And then next on the list, y'all, we are blessed here at Creekside Nursery to have quite a few master gardeners, both by officially master gardeners and master gardeners in life. And one of my great friends and customers, Miss Kathy, she's already said, she said, Jenny, you got to have this. She said, not only online, but you got to have it at the garden center. My mama is going crazy over this plant. What am I talking about? I am talking about a new fatsia. This is High Five green fingers. So fatsias are wonderful shrubs for dry shade. So if you have a dry shade garden, which can be extremely challenging to garden in, then you need to check out High Five green fingers. This is going to be absolutely a great addition to that garden. Hardy in zones 8 to 10, so it is going to be for those warmer zones. It is going to be a super fast grower, which we love to have in our gardens. It is going to be 4 to 6 tall, 3 to 5 wide. So green fingers is going to be the best plant for your dry shade. Super fast grower. It's going to be 4 to 6 feet tall, 3 to 5 feet wide. And y'all, it is the coolest. You can, just one look at the picture and you can tell exactly how they came up with the name. Very, very heavily cut. Really just looks like some sort of like a Dr. Seuss character that's put down his green fuzzy fingers on this. You are absolutely going to love this unique tropical looking evergreen for your dry shade. So check out the High Five green fingers. This one's going to go fast, so if you're interested, grab it right away. Then we have a rose of Sharon. So you have the Paraplu Red. Now the Paraplu Red is going to, or the Paraplu, there we go. Paraplu Red is going to replace the Paraplu Rouge. This is going to have a larger flower and it's going to have a more intense color. It is hardy in zones 5 to 9. It will be 6 to 10 feet tall and 5 feet wide. Of course, your Rose of Sharon, they love the full sun. They bloom all summer long, and it is an absolutely beautiful Rose of Sharon. Next, we're going into some hydrangeas. We've got Invincible Wee White 2.0. Whenever they come up with a great improvement, let's just add a 2.0 to it, my friends. This is, of course, a smooth hydrangea, which means that it blooms on new growth. You're guaranteed to get flowers every single year. This is hardy in zones 3 to 8. Again, very versatile and adaptable for a wide range of growing zones. It's going to be nice and petite, 2 to 2.5 feet tall and wide. So depending on where you are, anywhere from full sun to part shade. My cooler zones, my zones 3 through 6, absolutely put this in full all-day sun. My zones 7, 8, 8B, you're going to want to have like morning sun, filtered sun, but a break in the hot afternoon sun. This is going to have, of course, those gorgeous, beautiful white flowers. They're going to age to a lovely shade of green, and they have very strong stems on the Invincible Wee White 2.0. So nice miniature selection. This would also be great for containers with a nice petite size. So if you have an area on like your patio or your deck and you want to put a hydrangea, check out Invincible Wee White 2.0. And then next, we have a new addition to the Let's Dance series. We have Let's Dance Hot Stepper. This is a big leaf hydrangea. This is going to rebloom, so new growth, old growth. You're going to get those beautiful flowers on it. Has more intense color than Let's Dance can do. Hardy in zones 4 to 9, 3 to 4 tall, 3 feet wide, full sun to part shade. Again, your cooler zones, zones 4, 5, 6, you can go all day sun. Zones 7, 8, and definitely 9, you're going to want to go to more shade. Play with it a little bit. but it does bloom on both old growth and new growth. They are labeling this as a continuous blooming hydrangea, and it says it has dome-shaped blooms that are typically a deep pink accentuated with a white star. And so you have got, just it says a real workhorse, and that it will do a great job flowering. So even if you prune it at the wrong time, or you have a late frost or a late freeze and it zaps it all back, you're gonna get those beautiful flowers that we love on our hydrangeas. Then we're going into a nice boxwood replacement. This is a dwarf inkberry holly Gem Box Prime. Gem Box Prime is going to be hardy in zones 5 to 10. It is 3 to 4 tall, 3 to 5 wide, so a little wider than it is tall. It is going to be great in full sun to part shade. Of course, it is an evergreen, and Gem Box Prime is going to be a female plant that will produce fruit. It is also a native shrub, and so you're going to have that male to get that beautiful fruit in the fall. And so there you go. You have got an Ilex glabra with Gem Box Prime, a great boxwood replacement that is going to also give you some flowers and some fruit in the garden when you have that male to accompany it. Next, we have got something for my hotter zones, my warmer zones. We have got Trailblazer Silver. This is a Texas sage. Again, this is a great boxwood replacement for the West, right? This is very drought tolerant, but you've got to have good drainage. It's very imperative with this plant to have really well draining soil. Hardy in zones 7B to 10. It will be 3 to 5 feet tall and wide. Definitely needs the full sun, so at least 6 hours. And then you will get from spring to frost, it will flower all that entire time. It is a beautiful evergreen. It is extra dense, strong blooming Texas sage, those gorgeous purple flowers and beautiful silver foliage. Loves the heat, loves the sun, but you've got to have that well-draining soil for this. So check out Trailblazer Silver. It is really a cool looking plant. Also here in the South, we do love our loropetalums, and so we've got another addition to the Jazz Hands series. We have Jazz Hands Velvet. This Chinese fringe flower is going to be hardy in zones 7 to 10, 3 to 5 feet tall and wide. Of course, your loropetalums, they are evergreen with those beautiful, nice, rich, deep purple, kind of burgundy leaves on it. It is called a Chinese fringe flower because it does those beautiful electric pink flowers that look like very fringy, like they've been shredded in late winter, early spring. And this will not go green in the heat, which is extremely rare for a loropetalum. If you have loropetalums or you have any dark purple foliage plant and you live in the South like I do with the heat and the humidity, we get into July and August and all of our purple plants start to turn green. That is a chemical reaction to the heat, and the plant is trying to protect itself. However, Jazz Hands Velvet will not go green. Jazz Hands Velvet will retain its beautiful deep purple foliage even in the heat and humidity of the summer. So check that one out. Next on the list, we have got another shrub for the South. Proven Winners has heard our southern cry for more shrubs for the South, and they are responding beautifully with all of these gorgeous shrubs for the southern climate. I love it. So we have a southern wax myrtle with Bayside Bonito. Bayside Bonito is going to be hardy in zones 7 to 11. Going to be a big one, 12 feet tall, 8 feet wide. This is going to be for full sun to part shade, a beautiful evergreen specimen for your yard. Nice, dense, healthy, well-branched native evergreen. This comes out of Texas, and this has is very rugged, very versatile landscape plant that responds nicely to shearing, meaning you can prune it to keep it whatever size or shape that you want. It is perfect for privacy screens, for hedges, for borders, erosion control, like you name it. This is going to be one of those workhorses in the garden. It may not be the most glamorous, it may not be the most sexy plant, but you have got to have a workhorse in your garden. Bayside Bonito is going to be that for you. Then we have an oleander. Oleanders, of course, are iconic with the nice deep south. This is going to be hardy in zones 8 to 11. You have Ole Bicolor Red. And so this oleander, as its name suggests, is going to be beautiful, rich red with those white stripes in it. So it is a bicolor. Nice, strong blooming selection, unique dark red and white bicolored flowers, and fragrance. So zones 8 to 11, 4 to 6 tall, 4 feet wide, definitely needs the full sun, spring to fall flowers, so a continuous bloomer, and it is an evergreen. Next, we have got 2 ninebarks for you. I do adore a good ninebark. First, we have Summer Wine Rosé, right? So Summer Wine Rosé is going to be a beautiful, colorful foliage, has mildew resistance, stability, but has attractive pink flowers, buds, and seed capsules. It flowers prolifically, and it has a nice, neat, tidy habit. Basically, the size of it will depend on how fertile your soil is and how much moisture it gets. Once you get it the size that you want, you can cut it back as far as your fertilizer and just maintain that size. But it can be anywhere in that 5 to 8 foot tall and wide range. Of course, full sun and those spring flowers, and then the beautiful, colorful foliage. But even in the winter, as ninebarks do, you will have lots of interest with that because it gets its name ninebark for a reason, because of that peeling bark. Now, this one is going, I already know folks in my life that are going to buy this next plant simply because of its name. Whether it is you or a loved one that has become immersed into the pickleball world. Well, let me introduce to you Pickleball ninebark. Yes, my friends, that is right. So Pickleball gets its name because it has this really bright, kind of like a pickle color leaves on it, of course. So it's a completely different color of a ninebark. It is the smallest ninebark on the market, bright green mounded variety, perfect for the front of the border or a mass planting. It's as cute as a button in your container or in your landscape. Flowers prolifically, and it'll be hardy in zones 3 to 7, about 3 feet tall, 3 to 4 feet wide. Again, full sun, those late spring flowers, and then that bright green foliage. So Pickleball ninebark, it is a cutie patootie. Now we're going into Jade Turtle. This is a cherry laurel. This is going to be hardy in zones 6 to 9. It'll be 3 feet tall and wide. A crazy cool cherry laurel with large, round, dark green leaves and a dense bowling ball habit. So it will use it however you want to, like if you're looking to use a boxwood. So this is a great boxwood replacement. You can use it as an edge, you can use it as a hedge, you can just do about anything you want to with it. Nice tidy habit, does not require pruning, very easy to take care of, and this of course is going to be a nice evergreen. Roses. We have a new Reminiscent Ginger. The Reminiscent series from Proven Winners ColorChoice Shrubs gets its name because they have that, all the characteristics of roses that we love. Great habit, beautiful flowers, fragrant flowers, high disease resistance, you name it, these Reminiscents have it. And now we have Reminiscent Ginger, an absolutely gorgeous ginger colored rose that is going to be hardy in zones 4 to 9, 2 to 3 tall, 3 to 4 wide. Great habit on it. So it's not too tall, so you go short and it will go wide. Proven Winner ColorChoice Shrubs, it says it is one of the best roses they have ever trialed, and has high disease resistance, that fragrance, compact habit, classic flower, and then absolutely blooms its head off. So very excited about that. As with all roses, it does need the full sun. Then we have Oh So Easy Pathfinder Red. This is going to be a landscape rose, hardy in zones 4 to 9. It will be 2 to 3 tall, 3 to 4 wide. It is going to be a beautiful, have compact mounded habit and fire engine red flowers on it. So if you love a good classic red rose, then Oh So Easy Pathfinder Red is going to be the one for you. Elderberries. Those of you sweet folks who live in those colder zones, this would not be this gal. You have great selections of beautiful elderberries, and now we're gonna add one more for your garden. You get pink pony. That's right, what a cute name. Pink pony elderberry is going to be hardy in zones 4 to 7, 6 to 10 tall and wide, full sun to part shade, beautiful foliage, nice rich foliage on it, because those gorgeous pink flowers in the summer, and then you get the fall fruit. So this is a very impressive new elderberry that is completely reimagined. Extra long blooming season, vivid pink flowers that do not fade, and of course that beautiful consistent dark bluish black foliage. Gorgeous, gorgeous, and it has this is where I get garden envy, because in my zone 8, trust me, I have tried all sorts of places to grow elderberries. It has not worked. So this is something that I will just look at you and long for, and you enjoy those in your garden. I know that it will be beautiful with pink pony elderberry. Something that I absolutely can plant in my garden are spireas. I do adore spireas, and we have got a beautiful new introduction for us in the spirea family, the Double Play Princess. So Double Play Princess is going to give us absolutely gorgeous pink flowers. It is hardy in zones 3 to 9, very adaptable, 1.5 to 3 feet tall and wide, full sun to part shade, late spring flowers. And this is going to give us absolutely gorgeous flower color, nice compact habit on its size, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Of course, your spireas, they are deciduous. It's all right. In the late winter, early spring, you're going to give them a good haircut, a good shear, because that encourages new growth, which encourages those beautiful flowers on Double Play Princess. So we have that. Then we have got a snowberry, okay? So we have got the Proud Berry Pearl. That's right, you have a white coral berry. This is going to be part of the Deer Proof line. It is hardy in zones 3 to 7. So again, I'm out of luck on this one, my friends. It is going to be 2 to 3 feet tall, 2 feet wide, full sun to part shade, beautiful summer flowers, fall fruit, and then it has blue-green foliage. So this is an absolutely gorgeous standout selection of that North American native snowberry that has that compact habit, heavy set of those big pure white late season berries, and then of course that attractive blue-green foliage. So it's super easy to grow in those cooler zones, and it attracts your pollinators and then adds that late season interest. Cut it back hard in the late winter to increase your fruit production the next year. We have an arborvitae, my friends. You gotta love this name. Sasquatch Dark Green. So guess what? Sasquatch gonna have a little bit of size to it, my friends. So if you are looking for a nice kind of a fast growing arborvitae to get some privacy screening or maybe a windbreak, check out Sasquatch Dark Green. Hardy in y'all, I think this is the first time I've ever said this. Hardy in zones 2 to 9. Zone 2, bless your heart, I can't even imagine. But as a plant that goes from zones 2 to 9, my goodness, give me one of those, please. It is going to be 20 to 30 feet tall, 6 to 10 feet wide, has a natural pyramidal habit to it, full sun to part shade, and obviously this arborvitae is going to be an evergreen. So it is going to have this is a nearly seedless selection, has beautiful growth and habit to it, and is going to be an absolutely great growing, very versatile evergreen tree for those folks that need a nice, fast growing, beautiful tree in their yard, whether it's for privacy or for a windscreen or to help provide some habit for your songbirds. Next, we have a Chilean guava. I feel like I should be in a restaurant. Tonight's serving will be a Chilean guava called Candy Box. So Candy Box is going to be hardy in zones 7 to 9. It'll be 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. Now, why do you want Candy Box? This is a nice new compact selection of this Chilean guava that is it is a superb boxwood substitute in those warmer zones, has small dark green leaves, fine branching that make it perfectly suited that you can prune it. So those of you, if you want to prune it into a meatball, you absolutely can do that. Nice low hedge, you can do that too. It has tiny pink flowers that are followed by red fruits that taste like a delicious sweet candy. And no pollinator is required. So you do not have to have a male plant for this to produce the berries. It is developed by someone in Chile, and it makes a delightful bonus with that fruit. Low water requirements, dark evergreen foliage, and boxwood-like habit make it useful landscape plant. Gotta try one of these if you're in zones 7 to 9. And then last but certainly not least, we have a new chase tree, a vitex. Now this is a cool looking plant. At first I was like, I'm not sure that I like it as far as the look of it, but it is a really cool, unique plant. This is Featherman, and Featherman vitex, you can just look at it and tell why I'm saying this, right? It kind of reminds me of like a cousin it from, you know, the Addams Family or something. This is part of the deer-proof line from the ColorChoice Shrubs and the In Check series. So you can feel very responsible adding this to your garden if vitexes have been a problem in the past. This is hardy in zones 5B to 10, 3 to 5 tall, 2 to 3 feet wide, full sun, has really unique foliage. It is very cool. And then you get those, of course, those beautiful summer flowers that we know vitex for, that the pollinators go absolutely nuts. But this is just the cutest little thing ever. Very narrow, upright shrub, fluffy, feather-like foliage, very tough, very heat tolerant, very drought tolerant, and never touched by the deer. Blue summer flowers are small, yet they attract a ton of pollinators, as those vitexes do. And if you want to do a hedge of them, you could do a hedge. It'd be absolutely fun to add this one to your garden. So that was a lot of shrubs, my friend, to go through in a relatively short amount of time. All of these are available at gardeningwithcreekside.com. We do have a limited number. So again, if you are interested, right now they're 35% off. All shrubs online through December the 30th are 35% off, and then 20% off all of your tools and your garden supplies. If you're buying shrubs, I would highly encourage you to buy a bag of Biotone starter fertilizer. Get those plants off to a great start. But head on over to the website, check them out. If you're interested, I would say move with purpose. This is not a sales tactic. It is just one gardener to the next, because these are brand new. Like I said, you're not going to find these as of this recording. They were not on Proven Winners website themselves because they are so stinking new. So have fun shopping. Happy New Year. Y'all have a great season. I'll see you before the new year, but it's the end of the year. We're wrapping it up. So as always, we appreciate all your love and support. Y'all have a fantastic day. We will see you in the next video. Bye, friends.